Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. Out here working on this big well road job, fixing up these muddy well roads. And this is one section here that is really long. I've been working on this section here for, boy, I don't even know how many days. I probably have at least a week or so in this section up through here and down the road the other way. It's just, you can only do so much in a day. This is all the dirt that I'm digging off the top. This is like a topsoil material that's coming off the top, so I can get down to the good clay. You can see it up in the woods up there. I just kind of bladed off so it's spread out. It's not in a big hump. When they came through here years ago and built these clearings for this gas line, they left these big piles. They must have done it with a dozer. Some of the smaller ones I've smoothed them, bladed them off, and knocked those piles down a little bit just to clean things up a little bit. But that one's probably a little bit too big to mess around with. So I got this section shaped up pretty good. That's probably a pretty good representation of how long it takes. Is up there towards where the color of the daylight changes coming through the trees is where I was yesterday, and I had to clean all that topsoil off of the top of the clay, blade all that off into the woods, smooth all that out, and then start shaping the ditch. And what I dig out of the ditch is what makes the road, and then just tracking and blading that dirt out, or the clay out, to make the, a decent road surface there. Once that stuff sets up, it's nice and hard. It sheds water good, and I've got good slope on each side, nice little crown on the road, so it should shed the water good. So this is, and actually that, I should say that the section up above what I just did was the worst, and it was probably more like 1.5 feet of black dirt, muck on top of the clay. That one took a little bit longer. I had just a ton of dirt that I had to get out of there and spread out. And it's been a lot drier lately, so the conditions are a little bit better for cleaning this up. But this is pretty much what I started with. Also on that upper section, there was some bigger trees that were closer to the middle of the road that I took out, so it takes time to get those trees dug out and pushed off. Some of them, the bigger ones, I was cutting up and piling up the logs. So I'm gonna set up the time lapse here and start getting this cleared off, and hopefully get all this dirt dug out of here. Hopefully this section is a little bit better, and then just keep working our way down through there. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. Make sure you go down and hit that like and subscribe for me, help support the channel, and we'll get to work.